Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus again, taking advantage of this moment to find an opportunity, perhaps, to say something to you that can help you to make up your mind about choosing Eddie Marcus to be the next United States Senator from the state of Minnesota, replacing and completing the term of Al Franken. You know, you have been told, and we have heard it said, that a tax break is going to be your Christmas present. And for everybody that gets a tax break, I want you to know that is absolutely wonderful. From the 1% all the way down to those of you who, if you got a tax break, it would just be because people felt sorry for you, gave you a couple of dollars. But I want to tell you something. The reason that I'm running for president is not to just make sure that you can enjoy things such as this, but I would like to advocate for a system, my friends, that there is no tax break that can equal this. And this is freedom. Freedom to live, freedom to be who and what you are. And in so doing, you are working in a rotation with everyone else in such a way that everything that you do, which is already a joy, which is already your greatest beauty, your greatest contribution, and yet is rotating in a circle with everybody else who's doing the same thing. And all of those same things are working just like the instruments in your body. Your body was put together by a power that you had nothing personally to do with. And everything does what it is supposed to do. Everything does what it is supposed to do. Every part, all the other little stuff, it does exactly what it was supposed to do. And so our peace and prosperity and joy has a process that does exactly what it's supposed to do. And so while you're doing your thing, everybody else is doing their thing, what is actually happening? The world, the earth, and all that it is about is moving, it is growing, and all of the people and all of those living things are progressing and moving forward. We might not understand when we talk about those other living things, but if I focus on we as a people, what we would be doing is those things that make sure that each of us are guaranteed survival, like creating food and clothing and shelter and education and health care for everybody, making sure that no one is ever without these kinds of things. And at the same time, we would be doing other things like the things that we do today, making furniture. Not only that, making cars and planes. Not only that, but trying to travel at faster than the speed of sound. We just want to move on up. And all of those things, the possibilities of that which is moving according to the principles that have set it in motion, that creates the peace, the prosperity, and the joy of life. That's what I'm talking to you about, ladies and gentlemen. And where it comes from a voice outside of us, because each of us got our own voice. That's what the choice is. The choice is that you have the right to follow that which gives peace and prosperity and joy. But you have to commit to that. You have to will it to operate like your body operates. But you also have the choice to say, no, I can do it better. That means you as an individual. That means you as a race. That means you as a little group. That means you as a gender. All that selfishness, that's what the I stuff means. And if you want to be powerful there, and that I as an individual is not sufficient enough, so you pull up your little group, or you pull up even a nation or half of the world. And the way that you can prove that you are what you are is by taking advantage of those others who have chosen not to go that route. And you think that this is the way to do it. If you progress, I'm sure everybody that does it that way will be satisfied. But on the other hand, if you are resisted, and you can't achieve what has been resisted, you might kill it, but you still haven't accomplished anything. You still are who you are without it. And what you're trying to do is be who you are with it, whether it gives itself to you supportingly are a force. That's why we have jails and prisons and all these different kinds of laws, because we have in place, ladies and gentlemen, a system systemically set up to do all the things that we're doing today. And when I talk to you about peace and prosperity and joy and all your needs being met and everybody having good jobs and stuff like that, that kind of sounds like some stuff you've heard before. Let me just say it like this. You guys got a president named Donald Trump who has promised you heaven. And he just jumped in office. You found out even before he got in office, he had a lot of people who were challenging him. And every last one of them never said one good thing about him. And they never said one good thing about each other. But none attacked each other like they attacked Donald. And everybody attacked Miss Clinton, even Sanders. And so everybody attacked everybody. Some people believed in Trump. Some people believed in Sanders, but not enough. And even the Democratic Party, those of you who keep abreast, were working against Sanders. So we had the whole nation working against the whole nation at the time that you thought the whole nation was trying to come together to be the best that it could possibly be. But how could the nation be the best that it could possibly be when it had no idea what being better was? Nobody was telling the nation how to be better. Nobody was telling the nation how to be peaceful and how to make sure that the crime and violence was eliminated by eliminating the poverty, and eliminating the poverty by treating people like they want to be treated, by recognizing that everything belongs to a power that we can't see, can't touch, can't feel, and yet all of the evidence is here. And so in order to walk that peaceful walk, in order to receive all the prosperity of life and to enjoy the great, we have to walk better. But who was telling us about that? We didn't get it out of government. We didn't get it out of school. Hell, the school teaches us what government tells us. We didn't get it out of the church because the church want to be equal power with the state. They are not serving God, but intentionally they are not doing it. Well, many of them are not. They really, let me just say at least half of them really want to serve God. Here's the problem. They don't know what pill to take, the blue pill or the red pill. One of them recognizes knowledge. The other recognizes ignorance. My people suffer for a lack of knowledge. Do you think that the almighty power would put the solution to the way of life and hide it over in a basket full of ignorance? The giver of life, who's drawing you to life, would take the basic trap of life and hide it in ignorance. Think about that when you're looking at the red and the blue pill. One is knowledge. What would you rather do, believe in God or know God? Well, faith is not knowing God. Faith is like taking the truth and hiding it over in a big bag of ignorance. Because all you're going to see over there is ignorance. Because while you are allowing the lie to grow and to engulf you, you around there seeking in ignorance for faith, when the truth is staring you right in your eye. And that is Eddie Marcus asking you to write his name in as the next United States Senator from the Minnesota. I'm not a Republican. They are not good enough. I'm not a Democrat. They are not good enough. They're good people. But when I say they're not good enough, their compassion, their love, and their understanding does not reach to all of you. It's not that broad. It has to leave some of you out. And I can't settle for that. So for those of you who might love one another, those of you who might really have some compassion for God this way, you don't have to go to the polls and vote for ignorance and vote for lies and vote for whatever you voted for in the past. You know this is true because what? This is you. And that's why you will write my name in. If the nation is full of love like that or want love like that, we'll walk into this nation through love. But if the nation is filled with ignorance and need a little bit more whipping, it's their choice. Until next time, don't forget, my advice to you is to live like it is heaven on earth. That one you are sure to know. You don't have to worry about nothing else. Now is the time. Bye-bye.